Hi, this is Mr. Burns. This is a tutorial for the subtractive method object that we need to sketch. I think that Miss Capuzzi's tutorial link is going to work now. She just updated the share settings. If not, we're going to follow along with this video. All right. We haven't reviewed multi-view sketches, but we will in class tomorrow. But this is the object we need to, the part that we need to model. And these three sketches are the top, front, and right side view of the sketch. These dotted lines show us that there's something hollow underneath the top view. That's this circle. So this circle is going to be a cutout that goes through the object this way. And then these blocks on the sides are going to help us with our dimensioning. So it looks like this is going to be 1, 2, 3 inches tall by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches across. This cutout right here is going to be about 1.5 inches down, and this is going to be 1.5 inches high. Our circle is going to be 1 inch high. It's going to go through the object, and it's going to be centered 1, 2 inches away from this edge. All right, so we're going to go over to Onshape. We're going to create a new document. We're going to call it 1.2.2 subtractive, or your initials MDB, and you can call this subtractive modeling. Create public document works for me. Again, we've got a brand new document here, so we've got all these planes to see. I'm going to hide all of these planes because I don't really want to look at them while I'm modeling. And I'm going to click this origin. I'm going to leave that one visible. That's this orange dot in the middle of your screen when you put your cursor over it. Okay, up in the top left, I'm going to click Sketch. It needs you to choose a plane. I can still select the top, front, or right plane when I'm sketching. I don't need to look at it. I'm going to click the front plane this time around. Okay, so I'm sketching the front view on this model. That would be this part right here. All right, I'm going to do a new method here where I'm going to sketch each one of these lines rather than using the rectangle tool, just to show you a different way for sketching. It's also going to be helpful to click on the front of your view cube so that you're looking flat at the model as you're modeling. Okay. Under here, there's spline, there's inscribed polygon, there's arcs. Okay, I'm just going to use the line tool this time around. Okay, and I can start at the origin and I can draw a line. You can draw it in any direction that you want when you click and pull it out. All right, and then it'll continue to draw shapes as you click. All right. And you can make whatever shape you want. All right. I actually don't want this weird polygon, so I'm going to just do that again. I'm going to click Sketch on the front, and I'm going to choose the line tool. And I'm going to click and drag straight up. And when you see this straight line next to it, you know that you are snapping to the completely perpendicular vertical constraint. Okay, if you come off of that, you're drawing at some undescribed angle at the moment. And then when you come straight down, you see how that line underneath 1.656 pops up. That means that you are drawing completely horizontal to the origin. So that is something you're looking for as you're going. And then you can, I believe, type in your dimension that you want after you click the left mouse one time. All right, and I need this to go 1, 2, 3 inches up. So I'm going to type in 3 inches and hit enter. And that's going to draw that line 3 inches straight up. And now I'm ready to go draw my next line. It looks like I need to come 2 inches across and then 1.5 down. So I'll do those next two real quickly. I can also zoom in and zoom out to get a little more space here. So again, I'm going to hold my mouse until that horizontal line pops up just to the bottom right of where my cursor is, right above that blue line. That means that I'm going completely horizontal. And I can click, and then I can type in 2 inches, hit enter. I'm going to come down 1.5 once I get my cursor with the vertical line that pops up. Okay, 1.5 inches. Constraint must involve something from the sketch. Oops, I got an error message. I'm going to hit exit, and then I'm going to come back to my line tool and click from here down, and I'm going to click and hit 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to continue on. I need to go this time 1, 2, 3, 4 inches across. So I'll just put it right here, click, and click 4 inches. And then I'm going to come back down. I think what I have left is just 1.5 inches to get back to where that other one is. So click 1.5 inches. And now I should be completely perpendicular, and you can see how that the pop up, the horizontal line underneath your 2.78. Once you get back to the origin, it turns into that little T, and that means that you're perpendicular to the line that you're intersecting. If you've got the orange origin selected, you can click, and you've got your full shape right there, and you can hit the green check mark. Okay. Now it's time to extrude this. And again, the extrude tool is up here in the top left. We are extruding this 2 inches. You can see right here and right here, this is 2 inches. This is the right side view. And so I'm going to pull this geometry straight up at me or back. Doesn't matter which way you want to go. If you want to click the top right view button to get your three-dimensional view of it, we're going to click this face, and it's going to pull your shape, your L shape, out towards you. But we need it to go 2 inches. So we're going to type in 2 inches, and that's what we need. And then you can click green check mark once again. If you're using your mouse, scrolling in and out, zooms in and out, and if you hold down the wheel mouse, you can move your object around the screen. So if you find yourself looking over here and you wanted it to be centered, you can push down the wheel mouse and bring it centered to where you want to go. And then when you're scrolling your wheel mouse, it zooms in and out wherever your cursor is. All right. And so if you find that your object is over here on the side, and you try to zoom out and it's not going into the center, you can put your cursor right here in the center and it'll zoom out on that particular spot. All right. The last thing we need to do is we need to cut a hole right here. That hole needs to be 2 inches centered over here, and it needs to be 1 inch high. So this sketch is going to require us to use our dimensioning tool while we're creating the sketch to make sure that we place that circle right where it needs to go. So again, we're going to go up to the top left, click sketch. We need to choose the plane that we're going to sketch on. I'm going to choose this front-facing plane right here. You can see sketch 2 is being made on that front plane. I'm going to choose my front view on my view cube so I have a nice flat surface to be looking at and working on. I'm going to choose my center point circle tool, which the hotkey for that is C, not my 3-point or my ellipse, the center point circle. And I've got the crosshairs. That's going to start at the center of the circle. You drag out. It doesn't matter how far you drag it out. You click one more time, and you've got a circle to begin with. It's not 1 inch in diameter, and I want it to be 1 inch in diameter. And so we're going to have to, before we do anything else, go up right here to our dimensioning tool. The hotkey for dimensioning tool is D. You know it's selected when it has this blue circle around it, so you click on that. The first thing I want to do is make sure that the diameter of the circle is 1 inch. You click on the circumference, you drag up, and you click, and now I can edit this 1.03944. I got really close, but I want it to be exactly 1 inch. I'll type in 1 inch, and we'll shrink it down just a little bit. The next thing is I need this circle to move over to the right and down a little bit, and I can do that right now with my dimensioning tool. The center of this circle needs to be 2 inches from this edge over here. Okay, I'm still using my dimensioning tool that's still highlighted in blue, and so I'll click on the center of my circle. I'll click on this edge. I'll drag it down. I'm 2.578 inches away, and I want that to be 2 inches away, and it's going to snap that circle over to the right. And then the last thing I need to do is I want the edge of my circle, all right, or the center of my circle to be right here, all right. And I think what we can do is we can click on the edge of this circle and the edge of this line, and we can make that, let's say that's 0.1 inch. I think it was just a little bit underneath. I don't know what the exact dimension is. We might be able to edit that dimension and call it, 0.05 inch. I'm not really sure how close it is to the bottom there. This graph paper is not giving me an exact measurement, but I think that's going to be close enough for our purposes today. And we can hit the green check mark, and now we can hit the top right view, and we can see that that circle is there, and we need to cut it out of the material. All right, we're going to go over to our extrude button. We're going to click on that circle that we just made, and then we're going to not add material, but we want to remove material. And rather than going in 1 inch, you could choose 2 inches. Another option you could do is say, I want to go through everything, and that's going to cut it through all the material of the part that is there. All right, and so that's going to work for us. We're going to click the green check mark, and you can see that that hole got cut right straight through, and it should be close to, if not exactly, where we were hoping it was going to be. All right, the last step of this process, as we did the last time, is we're going to add one more sketch. You can put it on whatever face you want today. I think I'm going to put it on this top part. I'm going to choose my text tool. All right, I'm going to click top view to get closer to that. I'm going to highlight right here and say Mr. B this time. All right, click my green check mark. There's my name. All right, it's a little bit too big. And then we can try the transform tool. All right, to say I want this Mr. B to move just the tiniest bit over this way. Green check mark. Oops. And then we'll extrude it. This time we're going to come up just the tiniest little bit. We're going to come up 0.2 of an inch. And there we go. All right, there's Mr. Burns' part. That's the end of this tutorial video.